how's it going, Boschers? We're here with Viola and Saminu, Kevin Bosch. Yo, what's going on, guys? We got the Bosch family right here. What's going on, Boschers? We're here on top of the view. This is Venice. Hey, Boschers, we're back at it again. We're over here with my crew. Amazing, bro. Dude, they even got this spot on, bro. Look at that, man. He got more abs than me. Yo, Viola and Samino. Hi. That's my girl right there. She ugly, but it's all right. Everyone say ciao. Okay, we keep going. What's going on, Boschers? In my country, we eat toilet paper. Everyone say ciao! Ah, man, these people hate me, man. I swear, bro. What's going on, Boschers? Back at it again. We just got off the train. We're in Milan. Ooh, it's cold, but I'm feeling nice. I'm feeling fresh. I got my hair cut. Viola hates it, but we still Gucci.
I never know. Shut up. I never said that.
It's a party! Hey!
Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode here on The Avenue Show. Today is a very special day, and that day is
Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day. Love and romance is in the air, baby. So you obviously see that we have another chair, and that's because
we have a special guest for the first time in a while.
and we would like to present to you guys someone that is near and dear to my heart, one of my best friends of all time, besides Jerry over here, and that is
chocolate, roses, wine, Kevin, Jerry, The Avenue Show.
As you said, guys, this is our guest, Cesar. Welcome to the show, man. It's his brother. He's also my brother as well, guys. So, but Cesar, real talk. How you doing today, man? How's life?
I'm doing good, honestly. I'm doing good. Life is going good. Actually, this is my last semester as an undergrad.
Nice.
I'm honestly ecstatic. Can't wait. Go to the real world. Scary, but I'm ready.
Hey, man. So we just want to know more about you, man. Like on a personal level, like who are you, man? What's your interests, your hobbies, anything like that?
Yeah. I actually attend to University of North Texas at Dallas. I'm a criminal justice major and a minor in Spanish. Get to know me a little more. I was born and raised in Dallas, Texas, but I grew up in a household of love and culture of Peru. That's where my family is from. I'm also
ceviche.
Anyways, let me keep talking. I'm a position of goalkeeper. I play soccer. And lastly, hey Kevin, you good, bro?
I was like, we gotta get Kevin up here.
Yeah,
Guys.
Kevin, you good? Come on, bro.
What just happened?
Something fell off the roof.
Real talk.
You good?
I'm good. What happened?
I think Jesus hit you because you interrupted me.
Anyway, so yeah, you were telling us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah. I play soccer. My position is goalkeeper. And lastly, I am a probably brother of Sigma Lambda Beta International Fraternity Incorporated.
So, one thing, you said you got accepted or you're in this fraternity. One of the biggest issues with a lot of fraternities nowadays is the topic of hazing. Were you hazed? How was it? Tell us a little bit about that, because isn't that illegal?
Yeah, it is illegal, but during my experience, I never got hazed.
Get up!
We don't do that kind of stuff in our fraternity. It's more like
That's good.
It's more like just learn the info you have, learn it by your hearts, and that's pretty much it. That's what I experienced from my previous.
Yeah, because honestly, I mean, with fraternities nowadays, just the things that you do, sometimes it terrifies me. Like low key, I feel like it's a cult. Would you agree?
What do you mean, like a cult? Like where they're like
I've seen some some things? Like people have shown me you guys are putting on some masks with robes. And,
I'm pretty sure that's like the movies you be seeing, but like
the stereotypes, God, the stereotypes of what a
anyways, but like I mean, you see like people wearing masks, or like they're wearing hoodies underneath.
Like
I'm pretty sure at campus you see those, but they're probates, and a probate is like is when like
what's a probate?
Probates are what to say, bro, chill out. So a probate is you see like members that are about to cross the burning sands. They are about to present themselves out there and be like, hey, like I'm, for example, like when I was in my probate, I was wearing like the mask and hoodie, and I said my bros may know me as Resurrección, but y'all may know me as. That's when all the bros come in, help me take the hoodie off, take the mask off, and I just say Cesar Loyola. That's a
Man, that's interesting. What the heck?
I've actually seen like sororities do that in public. So at my university, I go to UT Dallas. If you guys didn't know, it's actually a big deal to be in a fraternity or a sorority. So for you, like, what led you to be in a chapter like that?
Honestly, to answer your question, a lot of reasons, bro. Like a lot of reasons. Like it helped me open up more. Like open up my show. It made me like
networking.
Yeah,
That's a big thing I've heard. Yeah, for sure.
The mostly I remember I asked so many bros to help me out. Like, hey, like this is my major. This is my I want to be in.
Right.
And a couple bros like hit me up, and till this day, like I'm still in the process of hiring. So hopefully later on, after I graduate, hopefully I can look for a job that I can accept.
That's good, man. And also with the fraternity, I've also heard like obviously partying is a big thing. I've been to a few frat parties in my days, in my heydays. But Cesar, have you been to a few parties? What's the craziest experience you've had at a party? If you've been to any?
To be honest, the craziest party I've been to is one of my educators took me to a party. It was like 6 hours away from Dallas.
Oh my God.
It was
a party?
Hey man.
Like Fort Worth or Houston? Where is it?
Nacogdoches. SFA.
SFA. Oh yeah.
Yeah, SFA. All my SFA bros. But it was honestly it was crazy. You know, that was I haven't partied like that forever. But your question about partying, like my fraternity, we don't party as much. We care mostly about more like academics. So like, right. I mean, we'll throw a party, but like.
So you probably help them out. You help the other members out with just anything that
like
they
the new
need.
members too as well.
Correct. Or we told them like, hey, like academics go first. You know, partying all that. We don't do partying. We do parties, but like.
Right, like you have to have like a certain GPA.
Exactly.
Oh,
GPA, yeah, it's definitely a requirement.
Like once like the end of the semester, then boom, that's when you like release all the
release all the like stress. I got you, man.
Yeah, but we can't do it right now because you know COVID.
Because of COVID, yeah, it's been tough this year for a lot of fraternities, for chapters.
Yeah, man, and you know, you obviously mentioned something about your criminal justice. How you're trying to be, I guess, going into what are you trying to do with that? Are you trying to be a cop, a police officer? Tell us a little bit about that.
From that career path I'm going to, yes, it is law enforcement, and it is going to a police officer, but I'm trying to be more than just a cop. I'm trying to be a homicide detective.
FBI, baby.
Not FBI, boy. I'm talking homicide detective. Boy, it's still waiting. But yeah, so I'm trying to go to a homicide detective, but as of right now, I'm applying for a detention officer. So I want to work as, working with the juveniles. I want to work with them. I'm trying to get the experience with the field. But yeah, I'm sure I'm applying for that later on, learn more experience with the criminal path, and try to reach my goal as a homicide detective.
Right. You're trying to get experience right now, work with the juvenile, and then later on, obviously it can open more doors for you.
Correct.
That's great. I like to hear that.
Yeah, it's a very broad field, like what you're trying to envisioning for yourself. But Cesar, I want to ask you, man, if you want to answer. So, given last year's events with police brutality and happening all with the BLM. George Floyd, Beyonce, we can go on with the list. Did those events in particular change your perspective on law enforcement as a whole? Or did you feel like you still want to do that and make change in that field?
In the beginning, it did. It did change because wow, I'm trying to go to this path, and once I join, what are they going to say about me?
Yeah.
But then it got me thinking.
Your reputation.
Exactly. And it got me thinking, and I was like, you know what? That's not going to stop me who I want it to be. So yes, I'm still I'm still going for a police officer, but if someone knows me, they're not gonna talk smack about me, oh, he's like those cops. No, but what am I afraid of is for those who doesn't know me, like, oh, some kind of pig will stop me, you know. And I'm just like, if you know me, cool. I'm not that kind of cop. But if you don't know me, I'm gonna have like a gut feeling, like, okay, I'm pretty.
So let me ask you this, man. You know, what's really the ideal, like if you could build and create the perfect police officer, what would they have? What type of qualities would they have? What type of characteristics are you know, police departments trying to look for when hiring a police officer?
Actually, I remember a couple of years ago, like 2019. Actually, there's a lot of police department, a lot of juvenile sheriff's office. They actually came to my campus for a job fair, and I talked to them about it. And they're looking for educational people, like people who got the education from the criminal justice field. Right. So they're looking more
like a bachelor's and master's degree. Exactly.
They're looking for like more of those. So I was like, oh, okay, then I was like, damn. So they're changing them. And you know, of course, right now maybe the presidency going on, Biden, he wants law enforcement, but like he wants to put like educational, you know, like school, so they can teach the law enforcement, like, hey, like you need this, how you should be treated, like the citizens out there. You know,
makes sense. Yeah. What about when it comes to defunding the police? Do you believe that should be something we should look forward? Defunding the police. Well, what does that even mean?
That's a good question. Defunding the police, honestly, like if they do, then there's pretty much a good chance like there won't be any law enforcement out there. That's what I heard.
Right.
There won't be no law enforcement.
Because you're stripping away their salary too.
Exactly.
You know? That's what I've heard as well. So.
And honestly, like if they do that, cool. I'm doing something what I love to do. Yeah. But at the same time, like look, I'm putting my life out there, and who knows, like someone could shoot me, or who knows, I kidnap them. Who knows? But I'm putting my life out there, and they shouldn't even like.
It's just crazy just to see how teachers or police officers or first responders, they get paid so little for just risking their lives out there. You know, providing education, providing safety and awareness. So I guess in this moment, we just want to thank all the first responders who really put themselves out there and just allowing us to just be safe here at our homes or when we're outside doing whatever we need to do. We respect you here on the Avenue Show. And Cesar, we wish you the best on your career, man. Yeah, we know that he's definitely going to be one of a kind police officer or just the best detective out there. All right, guys. So we did take a little bit of time to talk about Cesar's personal life and whatnot. But since it is a special day, V-Day, the day of love and romance.
And
however,
candy too.
Hey, you got candy, man.
We got some wine over here so we can get drunk. However, a lot of people, they discriminate love. And they think that romance is basically dead at this point. So I wanted to bring that up to you guys. What do y'all think about that?
Dang, there's a lot of things we can talk about that. But me personally, I feel like romance is not dead. You just gotta find the right one. You know, they're still out there. You know, find the right one. But what about you, Jerry? What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's called like hookup culture, right?
The hookup culture.
Dude, like Tinder, the Chispas of the world. It's crazy, man. People just find that as an alternative.
My favorite app is Grindr. What?
Anyways, I respect you, bro. But
you were gonna say something, Cesar?
Yeah. About the Tinders and Chispas.
Yeah, bro. Tell us a little bit about your past life, man. I bet you got some crazy stories, bro.
Oh, for real? Yeah. Tell us, man. I didn't know.
Shoot. Oh, I forgot he doesn't know.
Splash and dash, hit and quit. I don't know, Netflix and chill.
Yeah, fill me in, fill them in, man.
I'm not gonna go into too detail.
Yeah.
All right.
Respect.
But I don't know how to start this off. I remember I was dating my ex. It was like when I was a freshman in college. She was a senior.
How'd you meet her?
Oh, long story, but I'll make it short.
Oh, long story.
It's a long story, like long story. Like I know her since I was.
No, forget that. Just talk about her. Just talk about the girl.
I don't even care about the girl no more.
She's a senior, man. Oh shoot, man. Respect, man. Respect.
What do you mean?
A senior in college and you're a freshman in college?
Yeah, like you're not dating a minor?
Oh, no. A senior in high school and I was a freshman in college.
Oh, got you.
Okay. That's okay. And she's dead anyway, so we're not talking about that.
Yeah, go ahead.
Anyways. How that started. So, me and her were dating like 8 months. But it got to a point where the relationship was dying. Like, I didn't even care about the relationship at all. I was like, I honestly just wanted to be over. But then again, I was trying to fix it, but it didn't work out. So I was like, you know what? I've been hearing people saying like download Tinder. So I was like, okay,
Yeah.
might as well download Tinder. And I downloaded. I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm not good looking, but I got 3 matches. So I was like, all right, 3 matches. All right. 2 of them they unmatched me because I told them the truth about the whole my ex thing and all that. But one of them didn't, and she was like we can meet up, but you need to
Do this and this.
well, this means like I need to break up with her before I can talk to someone
Right.
else.
It's either you're with her or with me.
With another girl, yeah.
But that's the thing, like the other girl doesn't, that's the thing, the other girl doesn't want to be in a relationship. I one
Oh, like friends with benefits type thing.
yeah,
Ah, yeah, I get you.
I get it.
you know, and
That's the hookup culture.
That's been the norm, yeah, for the
culture.
past decade, yeah.
And from there on, that's when I downloaded Cheese Bars, and it got out of hand.
Oh, trust me, man. Hey, look, man. It comes to the point in our lives where sometimes we become desperate as men, and we just really want to find somebody that we can just, cuddle with and just spend those little romantic times together.
But that's the thing, there was no romantic at all.
It was
I-
no-
That is the thing with the
Yeah.
hookup culture. Obviously,
Yeah.
there's not a lot of romance unless
Yeah.
you find that right person. Because I have an aunt. She used Tinder to find her husband, and they've been together, ever since. And I mean,
It worked for some, but not everyone.
exactly. So it varies. It depends on obviously.
Besides, your aunt is old anyway, so that's what she found true love.
That is true. This hookup culture applies for the younger generation. For those who are probably, what would you say, maybe 21 or less?
18 to 22,
18,
18, 21?
Because we're in our 20s, so we're that age range.
I feel like less. I feel like 18 to 20. Yeah, 24, 24.
Let's say 24. 18 to 24.
24, right. Yeah, young adults, college people, they definitely use Tinder. Some kids say that's a joke, to be honest. Or some can actually use to find true love if they want to, or even just.
No, I mean, one of my craziest stories that I always like to tell everybody. I use Tinder. Hey, I don't think I'm that good looking guy either, but hey, I matched with this one girl, and we met up, and unfortunately, it was a one night stand in my car. I gave her a concussion.
Oh,
I gave her a concussion. Not physical or sexual
not fatal.
assault.
It's not fatal, right?
Yeah. But it was funny because I thought she was dead, and then we finished up the night, and it was just horrible, just the feeling of just I just did it with a random person. Unfortunately,
saw her again?
I wasn't even thinking at the time. I was out. Sometimes with this whole hookup thing, you're so focused on the pleasure aspect. You don't care about meeting the person. You don't care about, obviously, getting to know them or whatever. You just want to have sex, right? And not even kisses. You just want the sex part. And unfortunately, I wasn't thinking. I didn't use protection. And unfortunately,
My boy.
unfortunately, I never saw the girl ever again. And I actually gave my virginity to that girl.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, because of Tinder. So this hookup culture is crazy, but
It is.
if people are using it out there, use it for the right reasons. Make sure your bio is not just hey, I'm just trying
It's
to...
not just all apps, too, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But hey, Cesar, we talked a little bit about our past. Let's talk about our present. Don't you got a girl?
Yeah, we're right now, man.
Honestly, I really do, and I'm happy with her. Her name is Jasmine.
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 Wow, that's an ugly name.
Hey, compadre, ven.
No, please, not again. Not again.
Have some candy, have some candy.
Mother Kenny?
No, I'm good, bro.
All right.
So Jasmine, tell us a little bit about Jasmine.
We're trying to show, hey, have some candy, man. Have some candy.
Kenny 84.
Yeah, sorry about that.
It always seems like we have trouble, guys. We good, guys, but
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
good.
we're good.
We're good.
We're good.
So, like I was asking you, Jasmine. Wow, what a beautiful name, man. Tell us a little bit about her. Is she the one, bro? Is she the one?
let us know, man.
Honest question, honest response.
Honest question.
Okay.
You heard it here first. Breaking news on the Avenue Show.
Tell them, man.
I have a gut feeling she is the one. And I'm gonna tell you why. She's very different from the others I dated with. She's understanding, she's respectful, and most importantly, she has a heart just like I do. So it's
Right, bro. Everything you see in a girl everything that you've always wanted in a girl, you found it in her.
Exactly, and got to know her a little more and more and more, and she has the same features I do, and I always pray to God like that's the type of girl I want to be with.
Right.
That's good, man. I like to hear that.
How did your parents react to Jasmine? Have they met your parents yet?
Yeah, I remember I invited her. Well, my mom actually invited her over New Year's. Me and my girl, we went to the what's that place? The park, the lights place, like at Addison.
Addison Park, yeah.
Yeah, Addison Park.
Yeah, there you go.
We went there. The Vitruvian Park. There we go. The Vitruvian Park. We went there,
Okay.
and we were taking pictures. And my mom called me, and she was like, "Hey, like, we're about to have dinner." And I told her like, "Oh, my girl." And she was like, "Hey, invite her over." And my girl, she was like nervous. You know, we've been named like 3 months during that time.
Gotcha.
So it was nervous, but I'm like, when we got there, my whole family, they love her. You know, since like they first saw her. Yeah.
I think you hit a really good point. It's very important that, especially if you have your parents, they approve of your partner. Not necessarily arranged marriage, right? I mean, that can happen as well. That's beautiful because your parents, are there for that and approval and whatnot. Hey, I relate to you, man. I got my own girl. My mom presented me to her. She's obviously all the way in Italy. I've told the audience millions of times about her.
She exists, guys.
She's real. She's real, but I got my side piece over there. Anyways,
who is it? Your neighbor, right?
Anyways, so with her, my Viola, I'm trying to get her here to America, and I honestly think she is the one. I love her so much, and I completely feel you, Cesar. But what about you, Jerry? You've been a little bit quiet. I mean, I know your pool game is weak, but come on, man.
Guys, they lying to you guys, but no, real talk. Look, I keep to myself, but I'm always on the lookout for anyone. I keep my eye on people, keep my eye on me as well. But in my culture, you mentioned arranged marriages. That's actually a big thing in my culture. So
really,
yeah. So the thing with arranged marriages, like people should understand. Like I mentioned my brother. He's older than me. He's almost 30. He's been married for close. This year will be 2 years. And my mom was one of the reasons why he ended up marrying this girl. And it wasn't just her, but like that girl's like she had cousins, like relatives, aunts, and uncles that. It's like a council of people that arrange this relationship for you, and it's more than guaranteed to go well. Actually, if you guys didn't know, arranged marriages are actually more likely to succeed than just standard marriages. Because like we know in America, like 1 out of every 2 marriages end in divorce, unfortunately. But with arranged marriages, it's actually close to 14%. Not in India, but also like Middle Eastern cultures as well. So, and as far as like my love life, yeah, I have dated someone in the past, but just for me.
Oh, y'all met?
Yeah. No, I had a good time with her.
Yeah. How'd you meet Jerry?
How you met her?
Oh, my wingman, bro. Like.
Or she's your pillow?
No.
No.
No. Someone literally came to my laps. Like I didn't have interest in her, but like my buddy like told me to like go for it. Props to them. If he's listening, he knows what happened with that. But no, look, man, all the best for her. Like we're not together, unfortunately, but I'm at that point where I'm just focusing on my career, focusing on myself, making sure that I care about my priorities and myself. Like I want her to do well as well, but it's just like I guess there wasn't a spark at the end of it. It's just like we were both in 2 different agendas.
How long y'all dating?
For 6 months.
6 months. Y'all Spanish?
Hey guys, so well guys, wrapping up with this segment. Obviously, a lot of people they do end up somewhere experiencing some type of hookup culture. I think it's very important that we acknowledge that, like Jerry said, you have to really work on yourself first. Really look out for yourself. Work on just becoming a better person. Make sure that you really focus on an independency, because once you have a partner, you rely on them. You become dependent, and sometimes people lose themselves in other people. And it's very important that we focus on ourselves before we offer everything to them.
Kevin, I just want to say those are great words to live by. I think people listening would want to hear you out. And this whole episode has been, just not about just Cesar, just about how we approach dating life, how other men should approach dating, and how we should, go away from these misconceptions about love and how it's dying, and that how we should focus on loving ourselves first. Only then we can advance to being closer to another person, another partner. You know what I mean, Kevin?
No, absolutely, man. We really focus on how, obviously, since we're three men right here, and we're just saying our point of view from the men's perspective, I think we should really focus on trying to give the audience and the public some advice.
We should, yeah.
Maybe there's a man is watching this and is probably really desperate and wants to know, how do I find the love of my life? Cesar, what type of advice would you give to somebody right now?
The best advice I can give y'all: don't be desperate. There's like plenty of fishes out there, you know. It will come to you. That's all I can say.
Right.
Yeah, they will come to you, and you can tell like that person.
Right. So don't go
specific one.
I got you. That's don't go hunting, but let the fish come to you.
Yeah. There we go.
I like that, man. Let them catch the rod.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? That's a great analogy. I like that. I like that a lot.
What else? Wait, hold on. Actually, I got one more. Like,
What's up?
once you know like that person is the one, that's when like, you know, like us men like get to know them even more and more. And
Yeah, there's something.
And at the end, it'll spark. You know.
I know what you mean. Yeah, it's like something that catches our attention. We see a beautiful woman, and we're just and obviously they treat us in a certain way that we've never received before, a different kind of love, and we're like, oh my god, we need to get that woman. You know what I mean? And then we become the hunter going after the prey.
You good? Yeah, he's good. Okay, well, Jerry, what about you?
No, Cameron's just teasing, guys. But actually, I don't think we mentioned this earlier in the show, but I think when it comes to like having a person in our lives, there's a void that a lot of men try to fill. I think it's like we just talked about, like hookup culture. We talked about like having a female in our life, whatever it may be. And I think for guys out there, you shouldn't be worried about filling that void. Maybe that void in your life, maybe something else. Maybe it's your career. Maybe it's like your spiritual life. Like I don't know, man. Like maybe there's other things in your life that you should be worried about. And I'll emphasize again, like it's all about self-love. It's all about your self-worth. Because like if you don't feel like you're worthy for yourself, then how can someone else call you self-worthy? You know what I mean? So
yeah, I definitely want to give some words of encouragement for obviously my men out there, or anybody really. This could apply to anybody, but
yeah.
I came up with the system. It's called the DBC. Basically, it's discipline, boundaries, then commitment. And just basically talking really brief about each category. Discipline basically means that, you know, you've had time to really work on yourself, like we talked about before. That you analyze yourself and maybe all the things have you gone through in your life. Just really try to stay organized. Why would you be with somebody if you're just out of control? You know what I'm saying? And you're just, you know, you got your schedule all over the place. Where are you going to put them in your schedule? So make sure that you're disciplined. And then after that, you can set boundaries for yourself. You know, we obviously, a lot of people nowadays, the hookup culture is all about sex. Well, where's those men out there that are going to say, you know what, I'm going to save myself for marriage? Just like my boy Jerry over here. You know, my boy Jerry, that's good. I wish I still had my virginity. And Cesar and Jerry over here, virgins, and they're proud of being that because they want to save it for their love of their life. So setting that boundary, setting limits with your partner, I think that's very, very important. And the last step is commitment. Obviously, with disciplining yourself and demonstrating to the person that you are mature and responsible. And then after looking at the boundaries and saying, hey, if you want to be with me, this is what's going to come into our relationship. The last one's commitment. It's just basically signing off.
To answer your question, Kevin, how is your relationship with Viola right now? Like, how is it? Like, is it good? Is it bad? Because like you said, commitment. Like,
bro,
how is
and
it?
you're in an ODR too.
Yeah,
yo,
that's
that's
the
gonna
relationship is. Like, is she fully committed with you?
Bro, with commitment, that's what I'm talking about, man. I saw how she said, hey, if you want to be with me, you have to realize that this is going to be a long distance relationship and we're going to be on the other side of the world and I'm not going to be there for you. So with that being said, I said, you know what? I want to be with you. Even if you're going to be thousands and thousands of miles away from me, let's make it work. And that is what commitment is. No matter what we're going through, no matter the boundaries, no matter what we're going through, that commitment when you sign off and you actually want to be with somebody, that's all that matters.
I can see myself honestly relating to that, to be honest. Because later on in the future, me and my girl, we already talked about the future already. And she's honestly going to PA school. And she's honestly going.
That's awesome.
I don't know where she's going to get accepted at. But I told her, like no matter where you go, like,
You'll be with her.
I'm still going to be with her no matter what. Like,
Exactly.
And hopefully by then, like who knows? But hopefully by then we'll be like engaged, or like who knows? We'll probably be official.
Are you already thinking about proposing?
Oh, shit.
Honestly, bro, like, yeah, bro, I am. Like, this is how I'm telling you, like, this is how much I actually, like, feel my feelings towards her. Like, this is like, man, I'm with it, you know?
Exactly. So once, if you guys do apply that little, secret that I just gave to y'all with the DBC rule, hey, once you've been in a relationship for a long time and you guys are truly, fully committed to one another, that's where marriage kicks in. And
there's nothing to be afraid of marriage.
Exactly. There's nothing to be afraid about being with a person that you want to be with the rest of your life. I'd rather be with somebody for the rest of my life than to experience thousands and thousands of women and still be lost and deceived and think, dang, I'm never going to find just one and stay put. But besides that, we've obviously talked about finding the love of our life. What about people like that gone through breakups? Like you mentioned, you've been with these girls and they didn't work out. How'd you move on?
Honestly, the breaks or the first one, obviously once you're like in your first relationship, obviously you're gonna be you'll be emotional, and for me it was emotional with my first breakup. It's like, damn, like what did I do wrong,
Yeah.
But later on, a couple of dates is like, okay, like that doesn't bother me at all. Like I didn't care about those because like the relationship wasn't even like nothing meaningful.
Right,
it was like, I want to date you, like, who knows how long it's going to last, The 8 months was like a 50-50, but then again, like, the whole relationship, the commitment, me actually telling her, like, hey, I downloaded this app, and I was like, I'm done with you,
Jerry, what about you, man? You mentioned that you were with somebody for quite some time. How did you overcome that obstacle of knowing that she no longer is in your life anymore?
Yeah, so like Cesar says, actually, this was my first and only girlfriend in my lifetime. And
I like that.
Yeah, and the next person I want to be with, I want that person to be a part of my life forever. The first person I had, like, emotions were high, and it was a hard time for me when she and I were not together anymore. We were on good terms, we're both doing well. I don't talk to her as much, obviously, but just to not reminisce about the past, because I just want to move forward. That's my thing. Like, if I move forward and focus on what I want to do and, like, what I can learn from this experience, I think learning from the experience is better than just grasping on to what could have been, shoulda, woulda, coulda, that kind of thing. And for those, like, what can I say, if you're going through a breakup and you still have those feelings for your ex, I would say just scrap all of that, like, focus on what you want to do next in your life and see, don't think about the shoulda, woulda, coulda, but think about what is going to happen for me next? What can I do better as a man or as a person? So
sure, absolutely. Jerry said it best. And at this point, I just want to share with you guys something that I actually came up with not too long ago. With me right now, I have a couple of cards with me. They're all aces.
Are we betting?
No. We ain't playing poker out here.
Yeah, we'll say too.
Hey, so these four aces, each and every single one of them represents something. Kind of like the DBC rule, but they're all A's. The first one is for acknowledgement. Acknowledging your partner. Well, let me break it down really quick. It's acknowledge, then accept, then appreciate. No, it's acknowledge, appreciate, accept, and then advance. So I'm going to break it down really quick for you guys. Acknowledge. It's basically acknowledging that, the breakup. A lot of us, sometimes when we go through a breakup, we just want to forget about it. Maybe we go out to party a lot, we go out and get some drinks, we go and get high, just to forget about a breakup. Because we just want to get that stress out of our mind and no longer think about that person.
Right.
However, if you want to really get over a breakup, you have to acknowledge it. So once you acknowledge the fact that that person, your partner, is no longer in your life, then you need to appreciate it. Because in every relationship, there's going to be goods and bads. And even if you ended the relationship on a good or bad term, like Jerry said, doesn't matter. You appreciated them. I'm pretty sure Jerry and Cesar and myself had relationships where our partner did so many good things to us and we did good things for them, surprising them, giving them gifts, taking them to places, having, taking pictures with one another. And the third one is accepting the fact and the reality that you no longer are with that person. So why are you suffering? Why are you still caring about them?
Yeah.
You could have. I know you've probably spent a year or a couple years or even a couple of months just being with this person, but your life is not over. Death is what really takes everything away from you. So you can't take it for granted just because that person wasn't it. And last but not least, it's acknowledging, it's appreciating, it's accepting, but then you have to advance. So what's the point of you always thinking about that person? You need to move along. You have to find that person is waiting for you. You know, the other day, fellas, I saw this on a TikTok. I don't use TikTok.
We
People
talking
know
about
that.
TikTok
Again?
No more
Well,
drama.
nobody, I know,
Okay,
but somebody sent it to me.
Okay.
And it was this girl, and she said that some people, sometimes they're a package, and that package was left at the wrong house. And that person, because they knew that package didn't belong to them, they had no worth to it. So maybe you were in a bad relationship with somebody and they didn't really care about you because you were not meant for them. So I think it's important for you to realize that you were probably set at a different house, but guess what? They returned the package. And now you, representing the package, are moving along in that truck, just waiting to be delivered at another house. And one day you're going to reach your rightful owner. Your destination. And they're going to appreciate you so much, just like Cesar. Cesar has been going all over the place. So have I. And Jerry has only had one. So imagine one day your partner is gonna open the door and they're gonna be so excited to see their package finally arrive. And when somebody gets something that they've always desired, they're going to cherish it. They're gonna nurture it. They're going to take care of it. I know you guys know what I'm talking about here. But it's very important that people move along. They work on themselves, discipline, set boundaries, and that one person is just gonna walk along, and then you will finally find the love of your life.
There you go. Come on, guys. Come on. So, Kevin, you mentioned the 4 A's. You mentioned DBC. Hey, man, it's the first time I heard you say it on the show. I'm so glad you said it to me and Cesar. I think I'm applied to my life as well, especially where I'm at right now. And hopefully people that are listening, whether you're single or whether you're a young man or going to a relationship right now, I would say apply those principles to your relationship as well. And everything else you said about like hookup culture, dating advice, everything else, I feel we had a good conversation. And well, first of all, Cesar, I want to thank you for hopping on the show with me and Kevin. We appreciate your presence here, man.
Thank you for having me. This is honestly my first YouTube show or channel.
Your first
here
being on our show.
Yeah,
being on your show.
so
That's
it's
awesome,
honestly
yeah.
it's very grateful for having me. So thank you.
Hey man, we loved you on the show, man. You were an absolute blast. Obviously you're one of my best friends, so I'm glad we got you on the show, man.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, we want you back one day, man. If you guys want Cesar back on another episode, like the video.
Like the
let
video,
you know.
comment,
subscribe
us,
Yeah.
hit the bells. Hit the bells, right?
At the notification
Hit the
bell.
notification
right. Like, I'm so new at this, so.
Yes, I know this.
So
But Cesar,
Subscribe, like button,
All
notification bell.
but
He doesn't
Cesar,
have
how can we connect with you if people want to connect with you outside the show?
Oh yeah, honestly, follow me on social media. It'll be on the link in the description.
Yeah.
We got it.
Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook,
MySpace,
MySpace, Snapchat, whatever. But it'll be like some of the link in the bottom.
All right, Kevin. That's
Well,
it.
guys, thank you so much for riding with us today. It was such a blast. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. And Jerry, last but not least,
Thanks for riding with us on The
The
Avenues.
Avenues. Oh, Viola, I wish you were here.
Kevin,
Viola?
Kevin,
Huh?
I'm here.
Jerry, what are you doing here?
Kevin, I'm the one you need.
Jerry, I don't understand.
Kevin, don't worry. I'm with you always.